Welcome back to the Playdate by Freshly Picked. I'm your host, Kaitlin Hansen, and so happy to have you here for another episode of Mid-Week Mantras. I am starting off today's episode with such a grateful heart, and that's kind of been the theme of the week, is just feeling really grateful for the opportunities that I have, the job that I have, the kids, the support, the community, all the things around me. I've just had the best cheerleaders and hype women, hype people. Yeah, just all around me. So feeling super grateful. I kind of just wanted to take that and jump right into some midweek mantras. I think I have shared in the past a little, like maybe a part of, or something along the same lines as this. But I love this little quote or printable thing. It says that it's from Meg McMillan and Chelsea Lee Smith. And it just says, I am grateful for. And it says, I'm grateful for early wake ups. That equals children to love, a house to clean, which is equal to a safe place to live, laundry to do, clothes to wear, dirty dishes equals food to eat, crumbs under the table equals family meals, grocery shopping to do equals money to use, toilets to clean equals indoor plumbing. Lots of noise equals kids having fun. Endless questions equals a kid who was learning. Getting into bed tired and sore equals I am still alive. And I think a lot of times we take those little tiny moments and forget about how incredible that is. And of course, when you're in the thick of it, like when there's so much noise, sometimes like honestly, last week, I was so overstimulated and overwhelmed when we were driving in the car. Both my girls were screaming, and I'm like, I need to get out of the car and like walk. And we were in a drive-through. Actually, yeah, I guess we weren't driving. We were in a drive-through line at McDonald's, and I'm like, I got to get out of the car. So I just like got out of the car and just like walked around the parking lot because I just needed a little break. My husband was driving. That's also a key piece of info. But when I really think about it, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're so loud, but I'm like, they are loud and spirited, and that is just going to be so good for them. And how incredible that they feel comfortable and safe enough to be loud and be wild and crazy and their own selves. And I think sometimes it just takes that flipping of perspective. And on the heels of this, and I guess another kind of like experience or thing that happened, one of my cute friends, Annie, she first off is just such an amazing human being and mother, and somebody that I really look up to in terms of unconditional love and advocating for your child. And she just is incredible. We used to work together years ago and have just maintained like such a great relationship. She's one of those friends where it's okay if I haven't talked to her in a month. We both like know that we equally love each other and life is busy. And then we just pick right back up to how things were and just have the best time. And she has 3 little kids, and her youngest, I believe she shared the birth story on the podcast, but he has a skin condition, and there's a lot of unknowns that are associated with that. And she's mentioned that before on episodes, but there's a lot of unknowns that happen with it. And she was saying that they are looking to do intensive therapy to help him start crawling and to get moving more. And she just is like so patient and calm. And she's like, he's going to move at his own pace. He's going to do it when he wants to do it. And when he moves, a lot of times like it stretches the skin and creates these little fissures and is hurtful to his little body. And so she's like, I'm not going to push it. And I just like am grateful to have a kid who is happy. And I loved that she's like, I'm not worried about the milestones that they should be hitting. Like, I just want my kid to be happy and healthy. And I think a lot of times we focus so much on the wrong thing. And that was just such an incredible reminder. And like I said, I really look up to her and aspire to be as understanding and patient, and she just always provides a good perspective for that. So that's a couple little things that I have been thinking about in terms of gratitude. Another thing, I wish that I was better about doing this too, but I had an opportunity this week to bring a new mom dinner in my neighborhood. We have a group text and they messaged, and it was somebody actually that I've never even met. They live like one street in back of me. And they're like, hey, so and so just had their baby. Would anybody be willing to bring meals? And like within 30 seconds, everybody like signed up and was like, I'll do this day, I'll do this day. And I, first off, loved that they sent that message out so that a new mother, that's one less thing that they have to worry about. And so I made her dinner yesterday. And normally I like don't sign up for a lot of those things because I'm not somebody who like I have such picky eaters. My husband's allergic to a lot of things. So usually we're like, no meals, unless it's like pickup or whatnot. But it was so nice to have an opportunity to serve a new mom in need. And I was just planning on doing like a little like porch drop off. And they were like, no, come in. And it just is so beautiful becoming a new mom. She's a first-time mom, and just seeing like how excited she is. And she was so grateful for that meal. And it just was a good reminder that I need to be better about reaching out to those new moms in my life and in my community. And even if it's not dropping off a meal, it's sending them a message telling them that they are doing a good job, or asking them how they're doing, or dropping off like a drink on the porch or a treat on the porch, or sending them an affirmation or something like that. Because I think a lot of times, like being a new mom or freshly recovering postpartum, it does a lot of times feel isolating. And I just think that we can do a great job at being supportive and uplifting. When I had Elizabeth on last week sharing her birth story, I loved where she mentioned, like, I love and I don't love, but she had mentioned that, there's all these classes and things that teach you how to maybe breastfeed and deliver a baby, but there aren't classes and as much education and talking about like what happens when you bring the baby home. And so I just have been thinking a lot about that. And I really want the Playdate to continue to be a source where mothers can come and it feels relatable. It's a place where we talk about what that's like, the challenges, the good, all of the things that are associated with that. And hopefully we can give new moms and moms that have just had babies some tips and tricks and things to help them feel more like themselves and just kind of help ease that burden and that whole process. So that's what's been on my mind a lot this week. I hope everybody has a great rest of their week, and we will see you all next time for Midweek Mantras. Bye.